Greetings, seekers of truth and spiritual understanding. What if everything you've been told about your existence, about the very nature of your soul's journey, has been deliberately obscured from you? What if the greatest secret about your consciousness has been hidden in plain sight, whispered about in ancient texts and encoded in the spiritual traditions across civilizations throughout time? The concept of reincarnation, the cyclical journey of the soul through multiple lifetimes, is far more profound and fundamentally different than what mainstream spiritual teachings have led you to believe. This isn't simply about coming back as another person or creature. The shocking truth about reincarnation contains revelations that will completely transform how you perceive your current challenges, your relationships, your purpose, and the very fabric of your reality. Close your eyes for a moment and consider this. That inexplicable feeling of recognition when you meet certain people, those recurring dreams of places you've never visited in this lifetime, those extraordinary skills that seem to come naturally to you as a child. These aren't coincidences or random neural firings. They are echoes from your soul's vast journey across time and dimensions. You feel it, don't you? That resonance deep within you when certain ancient wisdom is spoken, as if your soul is remembering what your mind never learned in this lifetime. This recognition you're experiencing right now isn't random. It's your higher consciousness acknowledging a truth that has been deliberately kept from you. For centuries, powerful institutions have systematically suppressed the complete understanding of reincarnation because this knowledge fundamentally shifts the balance of power. When you truly comprehend the mechanics of soul evolution and the purpose behind your many lifetimes, you become impossible to control through fear, particularly fear of death, which dissolves completely when you understand what truly awaits. The ancient Egyptians, the mystic traditions of Tibet, the Vedic seers of India, and even the esoteric branches of Western traditions all preserved pieces of this cosmic puzzle. But today, we'll reconnect these fragments to reveal the complete picture that will fundamentally alter how you view your existence, your challenges, and your ultimate destiny. What you're about to discover has been protected and transmitted through carefully guarded lineages because of its transformative power. This isn't merely spiritual theory. It's practical cosmic architecture that, once understood, allows you to consciously participate in your soul's evolution in ways few have ever realized were possible. If you're feeling drawn to this information right now, it's not by chance. Your soul recognizes the vibrational signature of truth, pulling you toward this moment of revelation. This is why our community of awakened souls continues to grow, each person sensing that there's something more to their existence than what conventional understanding has offered. Join us on this journey of cosmic revelation by subscribing to this channel. Become part of a collective of souls who are remembering their true nature and purpose. Like this video to help others find this vital information, and share it with those who you intuitively feel are ready for this level of understanding. The time for this knowledge to re-emerge is now, and you have been called to receive it. What most spiritual teachers and ancient texts only hint at is that reincarnation isn't random. It operates through an intricate system of soul contracts that you yourself helped design before entering this lifetime. This revelation completely dismantles the simplistic notion that reincarnation is merely about karmic punishment or reward. The truth is far more profound and empowering. When mainstream spirituality speaks of reincarnation, it typically presents a linear progression. You live, you learn, you die, and you come back to learn more lessons. But this is merely the surface understanding, a deliberate simplification that keeps you from accessing your true cosmic power. The deeper reality is that your soul exists outside of time and space, consciously selecting specific incarnational experiences for precise evolutionary purposes. Before entering this physical vessel, you now call your body your higher self, engaged in extensive planning with a council of advanced souls. Together, you carefully orchestrated the major themes, challenges, and relationships of this lifetime. Those inexplicable difficulties you faced, the ones that seemed so unfair and random, were actually meticulously chosen by your higher self for specific evolutionary purposes. Imagine standing before a vast cosmic map, displaying infinite possible life paths. With loving guidance from your spiritual advisors, you selected exactly the experiences needed for your soul's next stage of growth. That chronic health issue, that challenging relationship pattern, that unexpected loss, these weren't punishments or bad luck. They were sacred agreements you made with yourself and with the other souls in your soul family. Consider the ocean as a metaphor for this profound system. Just as each wave appears separate on the surface, while remaining fundamentally connected to the entire ocean below, each of your incarnations seems separate from your other lifetimes. Yet beneath this illusion of separation, all your incarnations are expressions of your greater soul essence, simultaneously existing in a unified field of consciousness. Your current lifetime isn't isolated. It's in constant energetic communication with your past and future expressions across the time-space continuum. This understanding completely transforms how you approach your current challenges. That difficult person in your life isn't a random encounter. They're fulfilling a soul contract with you, offering precisely the catalyst your higher self knew you would need. The career setback isn't a failure. It's a cosmic redirect toward the path your soul intended before you were born. Even physical limitations often represent deliberate choices made by your higher self to facilitate specific types of growth that wouldn't be possible without those constraints. When you truly comprehend the contract system underlying reincarnation, you stop being a victim of circumstance and start recognizing yourself as a powerful architect of your experience. You can then consciously engage with the higher purposes behind your life's challenges, rather than simply enduring them or trying to escape them. This shift in perspective alone can transform suffering into sacred participation in your own evolution. What specific pattern or challenge in your life has felt most persistent and difficult to overcome? Share in the comments below, because understanding these patterns is the first step in recognizing the soul contracts you established before birth. Your insight might help another viewer recognize their own soul agreements and evolutionary path. Here's a truth that will fundamentally reshape your understanding of existence. Your soul isn't limited to incarnating in a linear sequence. The conventional teaching that you live one lifetime, die, then later begin another lifetime is a profound oversimplification of cosmic mechanics. The shocking reality is that your higher self, your oversoul, is simultaneously expressing through multiple incarnations across what you perceive as different time periods. This isn't speculative spiritual theory. The most advanced quantum physicists are now confirming what ancient mystery schools have taught for millennia. Time is not linear, but exists as a unified field where all moments coexist simultaneously. Your oversoul, existing outside of time-space constraints, can and does project aspects of itself into multiple lifetimes concurrently, creating a complex network of incarnational expressions, all happening in what could be called the eternal now. Think of your oversoul as the sun, and each incarnation as a sunbeam. All beams exist simultaneously, emanating from the same source, yet each appears distinct where it touches the ground. Similarly, what you perceive as your past lives and future lives are actually parallel expressions of your oversoul, all existing now, all influencing each other through quantum entanglement across the time-space illusion. Consider a vast tapestry as a metaphor for this extraordinary system. Each of your incarnations represents a single thread in an immense cosmic weaving. From your limited perspective within the tapestry, you can only see the threads immediately surrounding your position. But from the perspective of your oversoul, the entire magnificent pattern is visible, every incarnation connected to every other in an exquisite design of spiritual evolution. The implications of this understanding are profound and transformative. Those inexplicable connections you feel to certain historical periods aren't simply memories. They're active, current connections to other parallel aspects of your own oversoul expressing in those time periods. The dream of that ancient temple wasn't just a memory. It was a momentary conscious alignment with another of your simultaneous incarnations actively experiencing that reality. This explains those moments of déjà vu, sudden inspirations, and inexplicable knowledge that seems to come from nowhere. These are quantum communications happening between your various incarnational expressions, transmitting vital information across the unified field of your greater consciousness. When you suddenly know how to solve a problem without logical reasoning, you may be receiving insight from another of your incarnations who already mastered that particular challenge. Most revolutionary of all is the understanding that you can consciously access the wisdom, abilities, and experiences of your other incarnations once you recognize them as concurrent expressions rather than sequential past lives. Through specific meditation practices and conscious intention, you can establish communication with these other aspects of your multidimensional self, creating a cosmic support network of your own parallel identities, all working together toward your collective evolution. If this revelation resonates with your deepest intuition, become part of our awakened community by subscribing and activating notifications. Like this video to help amplify this knowledge to those who are ready to receive it, and share it with those souls you feel would benefit from this cosmic perspective. Together, we're remembering the multidimensional nature of our existence. What the ancient mystery schools carefully guarded and what most modern spiritual teachings completely overlook is the profound phenomenon of soul fragmentation and the sacred journey of reintegration that lies at the heart of the reincarnation process. This hidden aspect of soul mechanics explains the inexplicable emptiness many people feel, despite material success and conventional happiness. Throughout your many incarnations, your soul has experienced traumatic events and intense emotions that were too overwhelming to process in the moment. When this occurs, a portion of your soul essence can separate and remain energetically attached to that experience or timeline, creating what mystic traditions call soul fragments. These fragments carry specific memories, abilities, and vital life force energy that remain inaccessible to you until they are consciously reclaimed and reintegrated. This phenomenon explains why you might feel incomplete without understanding why certain areas of your life remain blocked despite your best efforts, or why you experience recurring dreams of searching for something you've lost. Part of your essential self literally remains scattered across your incarnational experiences, waiting to be remembered and reclaimed. Envision your soul as a magnificent puzzle. Each incarnation has the potential to scatter pieces of this puzzle across the dimensional landscape of your existence. Some pieces remain stuck in traumatic moments of childhood in this lifetime. Others are anchored to dramatic experiences in what you perceive as past lives. A battlefield in ancient Rome, a witch trial in medieval Europe, a famine in imperial China. This fragmentation creates energetic holes in your current expression that no external achievement or relationship can fill. The indigenous shamanic traditions around the world recognize this phenomenon clearly. They call it soul retrieval and understand it as a fundamental healing modality. When a shaman journeys to retrieve lost soul fragments for a person, they are literally traversing time and dimensional space to collect and return these scattered aspects of the person's essential energy and consciousness. What's truly revolutionary is that you don't need an intermediary to perform this profound healing work. Through specific consciousness practices, you can journey across your own incarnational landscape, identifying where fragments of your soul remain trapped, communicating with them, and lovingly reintegrating them into your present awareness. Each fragment you reclaim returns with gifts, forgotten abilities, wisdom, and vital life force energy that rightfully belongs to your current expression. This process of soul retrieval across incarnations explains why certain spiritual practices can trigger such profound healing and sudden expansion of consciousness. When you meditate deeply, practice past life regression, or engage in shamanic journeying, you're not just having an interesting experience, you're literally recovering lost aspects of your multidimensional self and becoming more whole with each reintegration. The most advanced spiritual adepts throughout history have understood that complete soul reintegration across all incarnations is the ultimate purpose of the reincarnation journey. When all fragments have been reclaimed and all parallel incarnations have been brought into conscious communion, the need for separate incarnational experiences dissolves. This is the true meaning behind the Buddhist concept of liberation from the wheel of rebirth. Not escape, but completion and wholeness. What unexplained void or recurring pattern in your life might be connected to soul fragmentation? What aspects of yourself feel like they're missing or were left behind somewhere? Share your insights in the comments below. Your experience might illuminate the path for others who are also on the journey of soul reclamation and wholeness. What has been concealed from humanity's collective understanding is that reincarnation operates within a vast, intelligent superstructure, a cosmic architecture designed to facilitate the evolution of consciousness across multiple dimensions and time periods. This isn't simply about individual souls learning lessons, it's about a precisely orchestrated system that coordinates soul development on both individual and collective levels. The mainstream spiritual understanding of reincarnation as a simple process of birth, death, and rebirth dramatically understates the sophistication of this divine system. In reality, incarnations are organized into intricate patterns that include soul groups, parallel timelines, and developmental stages that exist within larger cycles of cosmic evolution. Your individual journey is part of a magnificent fractal pattern that serves both your unique development and the expansion of universal consciousness itself. This reincarnational superstructure explains why certain historical periods contain concentrated numbers of old souls, why spiritual awakenings often happen in waves across populations, and why you feel such profound recognition with certain groups of people who seem to share your specific soul frequency. You're not randomly assigned to time periods or soul families. You're precisely placed within this cosmic architecture according to your soul's evolutionary requirements and the greater needs of collective consciousness. Consider the structure of a university as a metaphor for this system. Just as a university contains different colleges, departments, courses, and educational pathways, the reincarnational superstructure contains various soul schools, evolutionary tracks, and specialized learning environments. Some souls are focused on developing compassion through numerous lifetimes of service. Others are developing mastery in creative expression, spiritual leadership, or the integration of seemingly opposing forces. Your soul selected specific tracks within this cosmic university before embarking on your current incarnational cycle. The Akashic Records, that cosmic database that stores every thought, word, and action from every lifetime of every soul, serves as the administrative system for this vast spiritual university. Within these records, your soul maintains an ongoing transcript of your development, recording mastered qualities, remaining challenges, and specialized abilities developed across your incarnational experiences. Each lifetime represents a unique course in your personalized curriculum of consciousness evolution. What's been hidden from general understanding is that souls don't progress through this system in isolation. You're part of a soul group, beings who incarnate together repeatedly, exchanging roles and relationships to catalyze each other's growth. That person who triggered your most painful growth might have been your beloved teacher in another lifetime. fulfilling their agreement to help you evolve through challenge. Within your current lifetime, you've likely reconnected with many members of your soul family, often through seemingly random encounters that felt strangely significant. Most revolutionary is the understanding that this reincarnational superstructure is not fixed but responsive. When enough souls achieve certain vibrational thresholds through their individual development, the entire system can shift to accommodate expanded possibilities for collective evolution. This explains why humanity is currently experiencing an unprecedented awakening. Enough individual souls have reached a critical frequency that is now triggering systemic transformation of the incarnational framework itself. You're not just evolving within the system, you're participating in the evolution of the system itself. Every insight you integrate, every frequency you stabilize, every act of consciousness you perform, ripples through the entire reincarnational superstructure, creating new possibilities for all souls within it. This is spiritual responsibility at its most profound, recognizing that your individual journey impacts the collective architecture of soul evolution. If these revelations are expanding your understanding, ensure you're connected to future cosmic disclosures by subscribing to this channel and activating notifications. Like this video to help the algorithm share this knowledge with others who are ready, and share with those in your soul family who you sense are prepared for this level of understanding. Together, we're not just awakening individually, we're transforming the very architecture of consciousness evolution. As we weave together these profound revelations about the true nature of reincarnation, soul contracts, simultaneous incarnations, soul fragmentation and reintegration, and the cosmic superstructure, a magnificent tapestry of understanding emerges that forever transforms how you perceive your existence. You are not a small, isolated being having random experiences in a meaningless universe. You are a vast, multidimensional consciousness strategically expressing through carefully selected experiences across time, space, and dimensions for the purpose of cosmic evolution. The challenges you've faced across lifetimes weren't punishments, but sacred opportunities selected by your higher self. The seemingly random connections and synchronicities you experience are quantum communications between your various incarnational expressions. The inexplicable voids or missing pieces within you are soul fragments waiting to be reclaimed. And your entire journey unfolds within an intelligent cosmic architecture designed to facilitate not just your individual evolution, but the expansion of universal consciousness itself. This integrated understanding dissolves the artificial boundaries between spiritual concepts that have been traditionally separated. Karma isn't separate from grace. They're complementary expressions of the same divine balancing system. Past, present, and future lives aren't sequential. They're simultaneous expressions of your oversoul across the time-space continuum. Heaven and earth aren't divided realms. They're overlapping dimensions of the same ultimate reality, experienced through different states of consciousness. When you truly embody this holistic understanding, you move from being a passive participant in your spiritual evolution to becoming a conscious co-creator with the divine intelligence that orchestrates the entire reincarnational system. You begin to recognize the higher purpose behind your current life circumstances and can engage with them from a perspective of cosmic awareness rather than limited personality. This shift in consciousness allows you to access what mystics call vertical time, the ability to perceive your incarnational experiences not as a horizontal timeline stretching from past to future, but as a vertical stack of simultaneously occurring expressions, all accessible from your present awareness. From this expanded perspective, you can draw upon the wisdom, abilities, and resources of all your incarnations, creating an internal support network of your own multidimensional aspects. The most immediate practical application of this knowledge is conscious engagement with your current life challenges. That difficult relationship isn't random. It's a soul contract designed to facilitate specific growth. That recurring pattern isn't meaningless. It's highlighting where soul fragmentation occurred and where reintegration is needed. That inexplicable connection to a historical period or culture isn't just interesting. It's a direct link to another of your simultaneous incarnations with whom you can establish conscious communication. This understanding is emerging now for a specific cosmic purpose. Humanity stands at an unprecedented evolutionary threshold, a collective opportunity to consciously engage with the reincarnational process rather than being unconsciously directed by it. As enough individuals awaken to these truths and begin consciously working with the mechanisms of soul evolution, the entire planetary consciousness shifts into a new octave of expression. You were drawn to this knowledge at this precise moment because your soul recognized that you're ready to participate in this cosmic transformation. The resonance you feel with these revelations isn't intellectual agreement. It's soul recognition of truths you've always known at deeper levels of your being. This isn't new information. It's remembered wisdom being activated within your consciousness. The time for fragmented spiritual understanding has passed. We now stand at the threshold of integrated cosmic awareness, recognizing ourselves as eternal, multidimensional beings, consciously navigating the grand architecture of soul evolution. This isn't just spiritual theory, it's practical metaphysics that transforms every aspect of how you engage with your life experience. Join our growing community of awakened souls by subscribing to this channel and activating notifications for future revelations. Like this video to help amplify this cosmic knowledge to those who are searching, and share it with those you intuitively sense are ready for this level of understanding. Together, we're not just sharing information, we're activating a remembrance that's encoded in the very fabric of the soul. Before we conclude, take a moment to notice what's happening within you right now. That sense of expansion, that resonance in your chest, that clarity emerging in your mind. These are signs of your multidimensional self being activated by these truths. This isn't just a video you're watching, it's a vibrational key unlocking dormant aspects of your cosmic awareness. The journey has just begun, and infinite possibilities await as you integrate this understanding into your lived experience. Watch the video appearing on screen now to continue your journey of cosmic awakening. Until we meet again, remember, you are not just living one life. You are a magnificent soul expressing through multiple dimensions, consciously evolving toward your highest divine potential.